regressives in the West have been behaving more like cult members. Um, they react. They're so brainwashed that they move it. It's like tribal. It's a very tribal, primitive mentality. So I don't think it's healthy. It's not coming from a healthy place. You can't conquer them with reason.
Right.
That's what my favorite philosopher Ayn Rand says, because that's the philosophy that describes me the most, objectivism. And if if someone who doesn't rely on reason, you can't conquer them with it. And they are brainwashed zombies, and they're like cult members, and you can't have a discussion with them. So I just smile and say, oh, right, and then I move on.
Right.
It needs therapy, or whatever it is, the process that you do to deal with someone who is just in a cult.
Right.
That's what they need to undergo. It
Right.
needs serious therapy. And you don't have to argue that he was affiliated with the Brotherhood. We will never know. I'm never going to know. But I take actions speak louder than words.
Right.
Why are you working to their advantage?
Right.
Let's just ask this question. But I gave up on the regressive left a long time ago. I've been seriously abused in this country since I came here by leftists more than Islamists. It's
Oh, you're frozen. Are you there? Oh, you froze for a second. We'll have to fix it. What did you say?
oh,
Can you just repeat the last sentence that you might have said?
yeah, the progressive left in this country has been abusing me, sending hate mail and stuff like that since I came, more than Islamists.
Now, why? And of course, what is it? You must be a white Christian male who's an alt-right member who doesn't speak proper Arabic, right? I mean, one of the reasons why I love to bring guests such as yourself, I mean, other than, of course, that you are, worthy to hear what your story is precisely because, in my view, it reduces the opportunity for these schmucks to be able to use this thing. Well, she doesn't speak proper Arabic. Well, she's never lived. Well, you're from Egypt. You've lived under Islamic supremacy. You speak perfect Arabic. You've been part of the political. But yet I'm sure they still find a way to denigrate and to delegitimize you, right? What's the strategy they use with you? You are I think the term that they use with Majid Nawaz, you're a Porsche monkey. Is that the term or something to that effect, like an Uncle Tom?
Yeah, that I'm an Uncle Tom, and ironically, two of my best friends are Muslim, an actual Muslim, not atheist, former Muslim, actual believers of Islam. I have friends here that come and have dinner at my house in the U.S. that wear hijab. They don't have friends that wear hijab. I'm more ingrained, and I write for a Muslim newspaper owned by Muslims. My audience, that my readers are Muslim. And guess what? I only get positive feedback for everything I'm saying. I've only been threatened once since I came to America by affiliates of the Muslim Brotherhood. The left calls me Islamophobic, racist, and stuff like that. And I'm the same race as the guys that I'm criticizing. But, excuse me, it's quite extraordinary. So they call me stuff like that. I just ignore them. I treat them as mentally ill people that are helpless because that's what the regressives prey on. They prey on people that are morally weak and mentally ill. I just pity them and Islamophobia. That's also an interesting term. Yes, I'm scared of beheadings. I'm sorry about that.
I don't know if you're aware, but the Canadian government just passed a motion called M103, which places they add religious discrimination as sort of a secondary part, but the main part of the motion is, of course, fighting against Islamophobia in Canada. So I mentioned this with Brother Rashid a few days ago. So, for example, I should be more concerned about doing something that might have the government come after me because I'm, quote, Islamophobic, more so than when there is a imam in a mosque in Montreal calling for the annihilation of the Jews. See, that is okay because, who are we to judge others? This is their right to practice their peaceful religion. That's okay. So calling for the annihilation of myself, my family, my kids is perfectly fine according to the Canadian government. But if I bring attention to that, then of course I'm marginalizing them and I could be in trouble according to M103. What do you think of that?
This is one of the worst things that ever happened in the history of Canada. It is so horrible and disgusting. And I thought about this a lot. I understand the average, what the communists call the useful idiot who cheers for this. But the leadership, I think there is a more sinister reason to why they're doing this. If you look at communists, for example, that's the first time they have an ally who can get rid of their enemies without them taking the blame for it. They killed 150 million last century, and it's now they have the opportunity to ally with the Islamists to kill their Western enemies and the bourgeois, and the communists won't get the blame for it. So it's a perfect tool for these guys to use. And I believe in my analysis, that's the reason for the very sinister alliance between communists and Islamists. But the good news is they always lose. The communists always lose that battle. They haven't learned from history. That happened in Iran in 1979. The so-called Islamic Revolution in Iran allied with Iranian communists. And guess what happened? The first people they got rid of and put their heads on sticks, they literally marched with their heads on sticks in the streets of Tehran in 1979. And there are videos. There was a French channel that had a documentary about the Iranian Revolution, and they showed actual footage. So it's the arrogance of this deep ignorance of the ideology they're allying with.
Incidentally,